Okay, in this lesson we're going to talk about styling borders using cascading style sheets. First of all, let's talk about what is a border. Well, a border is like a box around your element. So whatever you're styling is going to get some kind of a box around it. So you've got to tell the browser, first of all, what kind of box you want to have. So the first thing we need to do is tell it that we need to have a border style. And so here are some of the styles that we have available. We have obviously none just turns off a style. So there'd be no box around the element. We have a hidden one, which does not show. It's almost the same as none. We'll talk about that in a minute. We have dotted, dash, solid, groove, ridge, inset, and outset. So let's take a look real quick at what those look like. So what I've done here is I've created a page that has all the different styles in it together. And so we have we have none, hidden, then we have a dotted, a dashed, a solid, a double. You see a double line. Then one has a groove. And then we have the ridge, inset, which has kind of a dark at the top and a light at the bottom. Outset has kind of a light at the top, dark at the bottom. And then this is thin, medium, thick, and then I had one here that's 50 pixels. So let's take a look at that code that's doing that. So if we look at the HTML page here, what I did is I defined some classes here. So for paragraphs, dot means a class, and here's the different styles. And so when I pulled these in, I use paragraph, and then we have class equals. I used non, which is what I used here for none, and then we have hidden, dot, dash, solid, so forth and so on. Actually, in this page right here, I have one error. It should be non right there. So let me fix that. So this is where all these came. These can be really anything you want. I just named them something that would match so it'd be simple to read. Okay? So that's how we got this page right here with all the different styles. Now some of the other controls we have on borders. Now there's a top border, a right border, a bottom border, and a left border. Okay, so you can style each one of those individually, or you can style them all at one time. And so what we've got here down at the bottom, you can have the border left is a certain width, color, style, so forth and so on. The border right. So you have a lot of control over the different borders. Now where borders are going to come in a lot is in divisions. So we're going to set up a couple of divisions here. What I have is I have a kind of a common thing. A page will have kind of a frame around it like a brochure would have an outer edge, and then you have the information in the middle. So I have what's called I have a division here called outer frame. It's a class outer frame. And what I've done is I've defined a border style of solid. So it's a solid line. Its width is medium. And then the border color is going to be, this is red, green, and blue. So I've got red turned off, green turned off, and blue turned all the way up to FF is the highest. And then I've got an inner frame division called dot inner frame, which is a class. And the border style is solid. And then I've got the width is medium. The border color is red all the way up, blue, red, green, and blue. So green's all the way down and blue's all the way down. Okay? So I've defined those, and let's take a look at what that looks like. So if I refresh, and I also put some text in here on this HTML page. So I'm using a division class, outer frame, and then inside that division I have another division called inner frame, and then I have some text in there. Here's some text, and then I close that div, and then I close the outer frame div. Okay, very common HTML right here. So let's take a look at that. And when I refresh here, down at the bottom we have an outer frame which is blue, which is coming from this outer frame which is solid, medium, and blue. Then I have an inner frame which is red, and so here's where that's coming from, solid, medium, and then red. Here's the HTML again. So outer frame, blue, inner frame is red. So this is something you'll do quite often, is adding borders around your elements. So you can add this around buttons, you can add it around a whole page, separate divisions, you can frame out different pieces, and so we'll get into that later, but this is a basic overview of how to add a border around an element.